Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we are reviewing some Titleist hybrids. Every year or every release cycle of the Titleist hybrid range is very anticipated. We generally give them the kind of title as top performers.
Yeah,
across the board.
You love the adjustability in this hosel, and the heads themselves have, as you said, they've been I think they're very forgiving, but they have always a model that will knock the spin down. It seems like they have someone or something for everyone in the line.
They do, and this year they've expanded on that again because they now have the TSi1, 2 and 3 within their range. So I think they've done a better job than they have ever done making three very unique models do completely different things.
And you can see it even, we just have the two of them today, the TSi2 versus the 3. The head shapes are vastly different. I don't think I remember seeing them separate that much previously.
Definitely. And I think what the TSi1 has allowed the 2 to do is to become a bit more neutral, which has allowed the 3 to become a little bit of a unique shape. Almost a kind of utility iron hybrid combo. On the channel, if you've been paying attention to the videos over the last couple of weeks, you know, CG placement has been the hot topic. We've talked a lot about that, whether it's drivers, whether it's wedges. And that's the difference between TSi1, 2 and 3, the depth of that CG. TSi1, the CG being pulled all the way back into the rear of the club, enhances dynamic loft, makes it very high to launch and get a good amount of spin. And then obviously reducing that with TSi2 and significantly reducing that with the frame and profile TSi3. I've never looked at the number 2, whether it was TS2, TSi. I've never looked at any of those before and thought I could play that. Yeah, this is the first time I've ever thought that. So Matty boy, you've got the Tsi AV Raw White, 90 gram X in there. They also offer the hazardous smoke, the RDX smoke. They offer the AV Raw Blue and also some lightweight Mitsubishi Kurokage. But I think that's a good thing to mention, in that those are some high quality parts that are being offered.
Absolutely. I think Tennessee White originally was one of my favorite hybrid shafts. Yeah. And it's a really good value to get. The AV Raw will be probably one of the most sought after of the year, along with like Ventus Black and those ones.
Without a doubt. So you've got the 21 degree head here.
Yes.
You've turned it down to 20 and flat.
Yes. B4. For a lefty, it's a B4 setting. Yeah. It looks great. 245
carry is about what we're expecting. About 3,800 RPMs on the
Something
spin.
Around there.
That would kind of get us in a nice window.
Okay. Not bad, a little thin. Flew nice though. Would take it as a start.
It's a nice swing.
Lovely.
Yeah, it's a lovely shot.
It's very easy to hit high, isn't it? And no trouble. Blink.
That's lovely. That was nice. Best one yet, eh?
Yeah. Sounds good, feels good. We'll remind people of previous models. I think they've always been nice sounding hybrids, so no surprise there.
As predictable as day and night. I mean, 240, 3,700 spin. We kind of teed it up before we started. We thought we would see round about those numbers. It was exactly what we saw. We've got the TSi3 here. I see you've put it to C4, not B4. So you've kept the loft up. So this is another CG test, because these are both exactly the same loft now.
That's right,
They're both at 20, and obviously it's just the profile of the head that's going to dictate the flight.
I also put the weight in the toe just because I wanted to see what it does.
Love that.
That's good.
It's a little more powerful in its flight, isn't it?
It's carrying way further, isn't it? Tell you what, it's a really cool sound for a hybrid. It's very like dull and muted. I've never heard a hybrid sound like that before.
It's a great sound, isn't it?
My God.
It's a very strong flight. I mean, you've
gorgeous.
Found another gear with this altogether. That's premium.
It's definitely a little more demanding. Like, I'm really focusing to hit this as straight as the other one. However, it's doing a perfect job of lowering the spin, exactly the way you would want it to.
Probably the least shocking video of the year.
Easily. Easily the least.
Easily the least shocking. 500 RPMs less. Retains a really good launch angle.
Does it ever?
I think that's maybe surprised both of us that didn't come down a degree or two. Ball speed is high. Guys, again, going back to the implications of CG, having that deeper versus forward, that will influence dynamic loft. Dynamic loft will influence the amount of energy into the golf ball. If one has 14 degrees of dynamic loft, the other has 17, the one with 14 degrees of dynamic loft will produce more ball speed. That's what we're seeing here. It's not the TSi3 is a hotter head, relatively speaking. It's the influence of the CG on dynamic loft. Apex, at about the same apex, maybe a couple of feet of difference.
It's really cool. It's very similar.
Really good.
I feel like these are performing exactly the way that they intended them to. And it's also not as cut and dry as, okay, pick the one that's going further. I mean, I'll tell you right now, I would leave with TSi2.
Yep.
I want to try some different shafts and settings, but that would be the hybrid for me. You would dial that in. You'd probably find a way to get me 5 more yards of carry or something, and I'd be ecstatic with that.
I know.
Because it's just so easy to hit. This thing, honestly, it's more friendly than previous low spin Titleists.
Yep.
I don't mind it. It's not intended for me because I lean the shaft so much that the dynamic loft it takes away probably is just not something I need. However, the toe weight is quite nice.
Yeah.
I think that helped me a lot. I struck a couple towards the toe. They were better than I think they should have been.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, and I'm encouraged with that kind of curiosity I had about maybe throwing a couple of them in my matrix of clubs for the season.
I think you'll love these.
Yeah, I think I've definitely saw what I needed to see to make that happen. So very cool. All right, we're gonna kind of show these two and maybe make them play to their strengths.
Definitely, on the course.
Right, so we're going to take it onto a hole here. Out of all of our courses that we've got to play with here with the Foresight software, this one always sticks out to us. There's two very different shots required.
Yes.
You do have to turn one round the corner at number 14 at Pebble. We're being a little generous to ourselves because we're trying to hit hybrids. This is hard work if you're trying to hit driver 3-wood off the tournament tee. But we're going to try and hit two hybrids in here. We like this one because I think you could shape it left to right and get it really, really motored.
You can knuckle the spin down a little bit
Definitely.
and get it running down the fairway.
So we're planning a little sort of 260 carry to get 265 to get over that last bunker there, and then get us into the 240, 245 region for the second shot. That's a green light for you with the hybrid. Yeah, you've absolutely hit that on the button. That was majestic. Okay, so we've got 157 ball speed out of that, 11.3 launch. We've dropped the spin. You've got everything out of that to get it to 273. So that's left us in with now still a pretty decent,
258 or
shot.
So?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's so good as well.
Probably about as far as I'm going to be able to hit that.
Even with the additional speed, the 3700 13 launch, big ask for TSi2, but 3 we suspect may have the horsepower, and it'll be interesting to see if from the fairway, we know this is good from the tee, if from the fairway this has a functional flight. Oh,
should.
Oh, it's got a chance. Wow, look at this. Set up the eagle.
Bounce.
Set it up.
Hello. Well, there we are, TSi3.
That was lovely.
It wasn't a knuckleball, goofy ball to get there either.
Far from it.
It was just a fast, slightly lower spin version of the previous flight. Blimp cam shows us.
This is
okay.
That's pretty good, isn't it? So, I mean, look at you thread the needle there.
Yeah, there was no room there.
Yeah, the Goodyear blimp is giving us the
TXG
vantage
blimp.
point. Yeah, the TXG blimp. That's about as excited as we ever get about a hybrid review. That's
Fair
for
enough,
sure.
yeah.
I mean, a
No,
hybrid
that's
review
fair.
is what it is, but there's some real merit to these two. Continual excellent design philosophy going into both of these. We love what Titleist continue to do with that sort of stuff. I mean, if you look at the U500, 510 into these, into the fairways, and the drivers are clearly industry leading right now. There's some real horsepower into the long end of the bag for Titleist right now.
And they had probably one of the best iron years they've ever had also. So honestly, Titleist has got some serious momentum. They're one to watch. And honestly, I mean, we're not biased towards any company, but it's hard to not just say what the facts are. They've made
call it as you see it.
Yeah, they're just good club after good club this year, and honestly, they deserve the recognition.
Yeah, absolutely, Matty boy. I think that's it. We seem like we may favour a company if they continue to produce good product. Yeah. That's not. It's just they continue to produce good product.
Exactly. Any company that produces good product, you're going to hear about it.
You're going to hear about it.
Yeah,
exactly right. Okay, guys, get those on your list to try once demo season kicks off in the next kind of few months. We're coming into the spring. You guys are thinking about your bags and what to maybe replace. If you have an old hybrid in there that you're looking to replace, make sure these are on your list. There's some other great ones in the market, but you'll struggle to do better than these ones, that's for sure, with the adjustability, the various CG placements, and the great shaft options. So make sure they are on your list. We'll see you again soon.